Where would you, not including towns, choose to live in Tears of the Kingdom? And no, you better not comment something dumb like the depths. You see, I recently made a video where I ranked every single town in the game to find out where the best place for an average human to live is. And on that video, I got a lot of comments naming locations I didn't rank. And that makes sense, because you don't need to live in a town. And hey, maybe the best place to live isn't even at one. So today, I'll be ranking locations that many of you left comments about. Here's how. I'll be examining each location and ranking them in 7 different categories. How good the housing is, what the weather is like, is there easy access to food and water, if there's lots of jobs you can work at, how safe it is there, how nice of a community it is, and a brand new category called Access, which I'll explain later. I'll be rating each category a score of 0 to 10, with 0 being the worst and 10 being the best. And at the end of the video, we will find out which location has the most points and will be the winner. This is gonna be a long one. I hope you enjoy. Are you ready to rank some places in Hyrule? We're gonna find the best place to live. And you know what, Higgins, I gotta say, no matter where I live, the best place to live is with you. Here you go, buddy. Good boy. ASMR. And the first place we will be ranking today is Kara Bazaar. Starting with housing. So, what is the housing like in Kara Bazaar? As far as I am concerned, there, really aren't any. We do have an inn. This is just an inn, right? And you can, sleep here. Could you live at an inn? Would that be like living at a hotel? Do they have an upstairs section? I believe I saw a ladder. What the heck is this? This place was not here in Breath of the Wild, and I don't think I've actually ever gone up here in Tears of the Kingdom. What is this? Why is this here? Is there a quest that relates to this? That's another comment that I got a lot on my last ranking video, or is people telling me that I need to do more side quests, so I'll probably make a video doing side quests at some point. I guess our options here are live at the inn, or be like these people and make a tent? Which, are they living in here? There does seem to be space. I kind of thought these were just a bunch of boxes of whatever they're selling, but it appears there is some living space in here, so we could live in a tent. Oh, a chest? Let me just steal stuff. Oh wow, guys. The community here is pretty great. We can just, take what we want. Nobody minds. I'ma go watch Thirst Traps. Goodbye. Okay. Now, I was thinking about this a little bit in my last video, is the potential of living in a shrine. I don't know. I don't think living in a shrine is a thing. I don't think, let's just pretend like the average human can't enter shrines, right? Is this like a Link only thing? Only Link can go in shrines? Is that how these work? All right, let's get ranking. What are we thinking for housing? We gave Lookout Landing a 1, right? I'd say this is better than Lookout Landing. We're gonna give this a 3 out of 10 for housing. Next up, we have weather. Now, first thing we'd like to do is take a look at that temperature gauge, and it's pretty average. The desert is an interesting place because in the daytime it is extremely hot, nighttime extremely cold. So let's see what it's like in the middle of the day. In the middle of the day, it's noon, and we can see the temperature did go up. But surprisingly, what's going on here? If we were at Gerudo Town, we would be dying. There we go. See, now we die. Whoa. So we take damage and start dying from the heat right when we step out of Kara Bazaar, but there seems to be some sort of barrier of cool temperatures here at the bazaar. And I'm going to maybe make an assumption that that's because we have this spring here, and that is what keeps the temperatures a bit more manageable? I don't know. Maybe just magic. I guess you could say that the heating situation is very Kara Bazaar. Alright, now that it's nighttime, if we step out, okay, yeah, look, we die from the cold now, but as soon as we step inside of the boundary of Kara Bazaar, we're fine. I also want to point out we are in the desert, so that means it will never rain here. Honestly, it's not that bad as long as you stay in the area of Kara Bazaar. I mean, if you're gonna leave, which you probably will at some point, you know, to do things, it's not great. We have this heat-resistant armor. So there are ways to avoid the heat. I still think that's like a bad thing if the weather damages you and you have to go out of your way to actively avoid that. It's kind of an annoyance. Oh my god, like a 6 or 7. You know, I got people so mad at me when I made the 6-7 joke in the last video. People actually left comments on my video. Like, all right, you know, you had me. I was enjoying the video until you said 6-7. I'm out. Let's give weather a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have food and water. Let's check the map, and we can see we have water right next to us. And do we have fish in this water? All right, yeah, I'm not seeing any fish in this water, surprisingly, which is kind of strange, considering we literally found fish in the moat that surrounds Lookout Landing last time. I feel like that's a much weirder place to find fish than here. Maybe the water here is just too warm for fish to live in, but even that doesn't make sense. We found fish in hot springs at the Goron town. But yes, fish are not the only thing to eat. We have shops here that sell food. We have hydro melons, P. Diddy's oil jars. Oh, here's the fish. Oh, wait. This lady fished all the fish out of the water. There they are. Okay, we found them. Seared steak and Lizalfo's tails. Can we eat those? Oh, wait, but people eat alligator tails. I feel like that'd be like a Lizalfo's tail. Wait, they have some cooking utensils here. So that kind of shows that they are making food here. We also have to think about farming. Can we farm here? And that is going to be a big fat no. You cannot farm in a desert, although some of you guys in the comment section were quick to tell me, oh, but Mr. Rice Guy, you could have farmed here. You could have farmed here. Like when I said you couldn't farm in the wetlands over here. You guys were like, oh, you could do rice? I even got comments about make a greenhouse, but I'm like, Hyrule doesn't have greenhouse technology, so that doesn't work. You could probably grow some crops in certain places that I said you couldn't, but if we're thinking about an average human here, we're an average human living at this location. Average people don't want to do a whole bunch of work and do these crazy farming methods. We just want to do some quick, easy farming methods. If we have to work harder for farming, we're gonna rank that lower. Food doesn't grow there, it's imported. Yeah, that's the one thing. Oh, you know what? Because all the food is imported, this food is not fresh, you know? They didn't grow this here. Well, you could grow hydro melons. Don't you just find those out in the deserts? I'm gonna give this a 7 for food and water. Next up, we have jobs. Of course, let's always check the map first to see all the little things here we could potentially work at. The inn, the general store, another general store, an armor shop, another general store. Oh my god. This is a pretty good spot for jobs. And I also think this is a high traffic area because this is right en route that connects Gerudo Town. There's gonna be travelers. They'll stop here. They'll buy whatever you're selling here. We could just be like these people and set up our own tent, set up our own shop. We could be a guard. We have guards here. I think this is good, guys. We're giving this one an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have safety. And, I don't think it's too safe. If we remember in the events of Tears of the Kingdom, yes, we are only ranking this on the events of Tears of the Kingdom. We're not taking Breath of the Wild into consideration. We had, a big sandstorm right here filled with zombies, Gibdos. So that's concerning. We're also very much out in the open in this desert. We don't have any walls surrounding us, any defenses, except for like, there's our wall. And also, there's our wall. Oh, that just, Alright, that just popped in. Nighttime, there's gonna be a lot of monsters out. You can't see anything. We're just really left out in the open. The only building that's safe is the inn. It would be quite scary to be living in one of these tents out here. And yes, Moldugas live in the desert as well. And I don't want to be anywhere where a Molduga could eat me. I'm gonna give this a 2 for safety. Next up, we have community. Again, we like to check the map and see the shops do contribute to community as well. But we also like to talk about the people here, and we have a wide variety of people. We have Gerudo here, which, unlike in Gerudo Town, men can live here with Gerudo. I feel like some pretty weird people come here though, like, you know, like how people talk about like a white man goes to Japan to find an Asian girlfriend? You think Hylian men come here to try and find a Gerudo girlfriend? So you might find some pretty weird guys who might fetishize Gerudo. But maybe you're into Gerudo, and you could come here and find yourself a Gerudo baddie yourself if you're into that. So that could be a positive for you. Again, this is a place where a lot of people come through. It's a very high travel area, so I think that's pretty good for community. Let's give this one a 7 out of 10. And now finally we have a brand new category that was not in the last video, access. Now what do I mean by access? So that's basically how easy it is to get in and out of this place you're gonna be living at. Some places probably in the future of this video will be very secluded, very hard to get to, but this one is a pretty easy place to get to. We also have neighbors, as in the Gerudo town, and we have a stable right here. We're also like right on a path. I guess maybe one bad thing is you do have to, you know, if you're gonna leave this place, you do have to deal with the weather. So because of that, we're gonna rank it an 8 out of 10. Hi. Thanks. Wow. Gated community here. And the next place we're going to rank is the Yiga clan hideout. Starting off with the housing at the Yiga clan hideout. This is a nice place where it's all indoors, safe from the environments outside. But do we have sleeping quarters? Where do the Yiga clan members sleep? Wait, look at this. A bed. Or is it just a bench? Are there no beds here? Do Yiga clan members not sleep here? Do you think Yiga clan members come here to work? They don't live here and then they leave and go somewhere else? Yiga don't sleep, they train. There's no time to sleep for the Yiga clan. We must take down Link. Look at this, we have a little dining area here, like cups. I guess there's a table. Very tall. I mean, I know Link is short, but geez, like, you can't even, like, gotta, like, reach up, grab that mug there and drink it. Oh, there is a bed, right? Yeah, okay, there it is. We found the bed. We got a bed, and it looks pretty nice. I mean, like, what is that there? This looks like some wood, and I guess that's what's underneath our cushion. I thought that was maybe a pillow, but there's no pillow here. And I would assume that's probably Master Koga's bed. I don't know if we would be allowed to sleep here. What is over here? Is this a bed? Ah, yes. This will be my new home where I live in the Yiga clan hideout right here. It's not bad, except for the fact there's only one bed. So if you want to live here, you're gonna have to bring your own beds. Now, is this better than Karakar Bazaar, which we gave a 3? I feel like this is pretty even with Karakar Bazaar, because with Karakar Bazaar, you had to live in a tent. This, you actually have some structure in here. I think this is like a little bit worse for housing than Karakar Bazaar, so we're gonna give it a 2 for housing. Next up, we have weather, and as always, let's take a look at that temperature gauge, and it is a little bit on the colder side in here. It makes sense, we're in a cave. I believe caves are typically a little cold. Maybe that's why they have all these torches all over the place to heat this place up. I mean, they have so many of them. That's what this guy's doing. He's cold. You see him? He's probably shivering. He's got his arms crossed. He's like, oh boy, good thing I placed all these torches around here to keep me warm. God, when is Master Koga gonna install some heating in this place? Now, at least what we don't have to worry about is, well, the weather changing on us. We're at a constant temperature at all times. We just have to dress appropriately. We don't gotta worry about any rain over here. I mean, even if we were outside, we wouldn't have to worry about rain because we're in the desert still, which is good. It's good to have some consistent weather. Just gotta put on a nice warm jacket and you'll be good. Although, to be fair, I don't think you can put on a jacket. We're kind of stuck wearing this. Better hope that's pretty warm. I guess a bad thing is we are indoors. This place is entirely indoors. Maybe you could hang out back, you know, in this area. You can hang out here, you know, catch some sun. But you're not gonna be seeing much sunlight. That's pretty bad. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 for weather because it's just like, oops, I hit my microphone. It's just consistent. You don't gotta worry about the weather, ever. Next up, we have food and water. We'd like to take a look at the map as always to see if there's any water nearby, and there is not. We are next to these snowy mountains, so I would imagine the snow melts, turning into water. This seems kind of like in a bad place now that I think about it. Like we're in this little canyon between these snowy mountains. All the water, when that snow melts, is gonna flood this place. Snow has bacteria in it. Yeah, you have to boil that to kill the bacteria. So water's not that great. But what about the food? Well, this is the clan hideout. We should assume we're gonna be eating lots of bananas here. Bananas, is this the only diet for the Yiga clan? I know we like bananas here, but is there anything else? What do they have in here? Because maybe, they have apples here. Is that against the law for the Yiga clan members? Are they allowed to eat apples? Apples are contraband. Yeah, and we're not growing the bananas here, right? They have to import them here, so these are not fresh either. More barrels. A Hylian shroom! Oh my god, who is sneaking Hylian shrooms and apples into the Yiga clan hideouts? I mean, it clearly looks like they're drinking something here. Now, in terms of the water situation, we have cups here. So what are they drinking, dude? Can we take a look inside? What is that? This appears to be either the developers didn't model an inside of this cup, or they have some strange brown liquid. Or maybe that's just water that's clear and we're seeing the brown cup make the water look brown. Just bananas, some mysterious substance to drink in those cups, possibly drinking snow melt and contraband apples and mushrooms. Now, I'm gonna give this just because even though there's not much food, well, there's a lot of food, but not much options, but there is a lot of bananas. Like, I don't think there's any chance we're starving here. So, I'm gonna go with a 3. Next up is jobs. I mean, our job is what? If we're gonna be living here, we are of course going to be working as a Yiga clan member. And is this a good job to have? There seems to be a decent amount of people who have joined. It can't be that bad, but it's gotta be very risky. I mean, we're going out there around Hyrule, just causing chaos, attacking people, and we have the risk of running into Link himself. If that happens, we're done. I would not want to be a Yiga clan member. Seems way too dangerous, and we are dealing with some shady individuals. Like, these can't be good people. I don't know if I trust these guys. I mean, Master Koga, of course I trust that. I trust him, of course, he's Master Koga. But I guess we do have the opportunity to open up a shop here, like this guy who is selling bananas, the guy who sells spikes, and these people selling weapons. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10 for jobs. Next up, we have safety. Honestly, it's probably pretty safe. I mean, this place is heavily guarded. You cannot get in here unless you join the Yiga clan first. And in order to actually get inside of here in Tears of the Kingdom, you have to do a whole bunch of stuff. You have to go all throughout the map, travel to all these different locations where you can find the Yiga armor pieces, and then only then you can sneak inside of here, and they have a guy at the entrances to make sure you actually are a member of the E-Clan before you can get in. We're also in a cave. Like, no monsters are getting in here. I feel like the only people we have to worry about are the other E-Clan members because, like I said, the people who work here, probably a little shady. Now, I do think this is a place that Link could attack. So Link could, Link could be after this place. But all in all, it's still really safe. I'm giving this like a 9. Next up is the community. What are the people like here? Well, I mentioned it multiple times before. The people who work for the E-Clan are shady individuals. I don't know how well we can trust them. We do have shops here that we did see earlier, so that's nice for the community. Now, one thing is Master Koga will be here. Master Koga is going to be like the main character that everybody loves that might show up here. Now I say might. He's kind of down in the depths, and I think, isn't his whole thing throughout Tears of the Kingdom is Master Koga is trying to escape the depths, and he keeps failing at that. So we may never see Master Koga ever at the E-Clan Hideout. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10 for community. And finally, last but not least, the access. Is this place easy to get to? No, it is not. If you are somebody who wants to live here and join the Yiga clan, getting to this place is insanely difficult. You have to walk through. Let's say I live, I don't know, well, if I'm a guy, I'm obviously not living here, so I'm gonna have to come from this location. And through here, we're gonna have to go through the Hyrule Desert, in which case it is very dangerous. It could be very hot, very cold. Depending on it's night or daytime, there could be some sandstorms. And you have to walk all the way to this valley, all the way through here, in which there's like falling rocks that could crush you, only to reach the gate, in which they might not even let you in. And let's say you already live here and you are a Yiga clan member. You want to leave to do your job. Good luck getting out of here to do your job. You go out the back entrance, you're in the snowy cold. You go out the front entrance, and they're in the frickin' desert. Now, Yiga clan members, do have access to some sort of teleport technology that we have seen them use against Link. Maybe it's not so bad once you become a Yiga clan member. I'll give it a 3. And the next place we will rank is this random cabin here. This one is actually a location that I thought of. Nobody left a comment about this place. I remember coming across this little cabin here and being like, wow, this place is really cute and really nice, and it could make a great place to live. So I'm gonna rank it because this is my choice right here. It doesn't really have a name at all. I don't really know what to call this place, but it's right next to Fort Hateno, so I guess we're gonna call this place Fort Hateno. First category we're gonna be looking at is housing. And, well, there's only one house here, so let's check it out. It's cute. We got a little light here, a little ramp inside with a stone, like, base. This looks like a house I would have made in Minecraft. And let's take a look inside. And it is so cozy. There's a couple of cabins just like this around Hyrule. We do have a bed. A very nice bed. The game even lets us sleep in it, unlike the one at Yiga Clan Hideout. We have a fireplace with no fire. Can we actually do this? Imagine. Oh no, please, come on. Get in there. No, it doesn't let me put the wood inside the fireplace. No, that's so messed up. What if I... Any day now. There it is. Oh my gosh. Shoot it with a bow. Well, that didn't work. But we also have little storage areas, some bookshelves, actually multiple bookshelves with lots of books we can read here, a desk. Oh, with a journal here. Maybe we can figure out what this place is all about. Calip's journal. Oh, does Calip live here? We're gonna check out who that Calip is, guys. I need to figure out who this guy is. I need to make sure he's like a good person, if we're gonna be living here. We don't want him to be a bad guy. He appears to be an old man who is balding and wears glasses. Housing, what are we ranking it? It's a fantastic house. What more could you need besides I guess maybe a place to cook food. I mean, are we just gonna roast marshmallows or hot dogs over the fire all the time? It's a 9 out of 10. Next up is the weather. We can take a look at the map, and it's pretty average. We can take a look at the map, and it does tell us the weather. 63 degrees, that is really nice. I feel like we gave weather a 10 out of 10 for Hateno. If we did, then we gotta give this a 10, right? Okay, I just thought of a negative. We are right next to some big cliffs here that will probably block the sun. So that might be a negative. Let's give it a 9 out of 10 for weather. Next up, we are ranking the food and water situation. And we can see we have great water access being directly next to Squabble River. So rivers, I'm pretty sure, are the best water source to live next to because it is running water. And if you look at big cities in real life, a lot of times big cities are right on the water and a lot of times on rivers. Part of that's because you can use rivers as a method of transportation if you have a boat. But also because it's pretty clean water to drink. There also should be fish in here, I would assume, unlike the one at Bazaar, which did not have fish. Now, in terms of using this as transportation ourselves, we have a big wall in the way, so maybe not the best for that. We do have, look at that, honey for some food. Ah, there's mushrooms. We also have a little pond here. It's oh. That's not, oh! He just died in the water, okay. And we have fish here, surprisingly. They're now dead thanks to that choo-choo. I'm surprised that fish live in this tiny little pond, but they don't live in that water at Bazaar. Now, I do think this is also a good spot for farming. We are right next to this river here, and there's some decent flat area here. We could build a little farm here. And, there it is, look, an apple tree. Oh! There is a cooking pot here. Oh, that's wonderful for food and water. Oh my gosh. I think our biggest downside is the fact that we gotta get all the food ourselves. If we wanna go to a shop, we're gonna have to travel a pretty decent distance. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have jobs. Where do you work here? Well, I don't know. Maybe you could pick up a job where you stand guard at Fort Hateno here. You are the guard who works here. Other than that, you're gonna have to commute probably to Hateno Village. Or if you do end up building a farm, be like Beetle and sell stuff at the stable. Do remote work. Let me just hop on my computer here and do some remote work. Let's see, Yiga Clan we gave 3 for jobs. Is this worse than Yiga Clan? Yeah. We're gonna give this a 2 for jobs. Next up, safety. We do have a nice house, which is pretty safe. It is only built out of wood, so maybe, not the safest place. Monsters could maybe break in. But let's take a look around this place, because if we take a look to our left, monster camp. If we take a look to our right, monster camp. We did see Choo-Choo spawn right here as well. I really love it here. The vibes are great, but man, these monster bases are really just souring my mood right now. Ruin my vibes. Have a Yiga Clan member spawns? I mean, yeah, you could have Yiga Clan members. Yiga Clan members don't spawn at towns, right? But they could spawn here. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10 for safety. Next up is the community. Now, what community? The monsters? The monsters are our community. We are kind of alone here. It's a very lonely place, but, if I had a pet dog, I'd be chilling out here. Remember, there was a guy who lived here before us. I guess that is our community, Calip. I just don't know where he is, or if he'll ever be back. Or could we count because Hateno's kind of nearby? Like, we're in walking distance to Hateno, and even potentially Kakariko. Screw it, dude, I'm giving this a 2. And last but not least, let's rank the access. How easy is it to get to this place and out of this place? If we want to travel, is it easy? Well, we are right here on a path, and this path leads straight to Hateno and also straight to a stable or Kakariko. But, good luck getting through there for an average human. We're not getting through here unless Link comes to save the day. We can become the new damsel in distress. Link will save us, and then we can give him a little smooch. Let's give this a 5. I forgot about this comment, bro. Somebody said, I want to live at Little St. James Island. And I honestly was like, where is that in Hyrule? And I'm like, wait a second. Is that what I think it is? So I Google searched it, and it's freaking Epstein Island, dude. It's not funny? Okay, sorry, Dennis. I didn't know you're the funny police. I won't laugh next time. The next place we'll be ranking is, well, what do we call this? The Temple of Time or Great Sky Island? We're just gonna call it Great Sky Island. We're gonna pretend like we can go anywhere here. So ranking, housing. I think probably the best place to live on the Great Sky Island is the Temple of Time. Is it? It's probably the biggest interior location, but what are we doing here? There's no beds, there's no storage, there's no kitchen. If somebody kills you in the Temple of Time, would it be called the Temple of Crime? Yeah, there's not much here. Also, to get to this upper layer of the Temple of Time, you kind of have to somehow navigate this. I don't know how an average person would do this. You'd have to make a lot of renovations. Where else could we live here? I mean, there's the Room of Awakening. We could live here, but this place is a lot more dark and dreary. This is worse than the Temple of Time, in my opinion. Now, we do have these locations here. These have a roof above it. I don't know, would you be comfortable living here? I mean, if you're afraid of heights, probably not. And there's also these more destroyed ruins around here. Probably have to do some renovating, build a roof. You also have some neighbors. Keys. So, what are we thinking? If we're gonna live here, we're really forced to use the Temple of Time or just build our own house, which I don't think is very good. If Yiga Clan housing was a 2, this gotta be a 1, right? There's not a single bed on this island. I think we're gonna give housing a 1. Next up is weather, and it's pretty low here. Lower than I thought it'd be. Is it because it's nighttime though? So let's change it to day and see. Even in daytime, it is still quite chilly. We can take a look here and see it is 45 degrees, which is pretty cold. I guess that makes sense. We are very high altitude up in the air, and just like in real life, when you go high in altitude, it gets colder. That's why there's snow on top of mountains. However, because we're so high up in the sky, we don't really have to worry about any rain. I don't think it rains at all. And it is always sunny. Does it ever get cloudy? I mean, we have a little bit of clouds, but if we're looking at the gauge down here, I don't see any clouds. We gave the Yiga Clan an 8 out of 10 for weather. The Yiga Clan was the same temperature. I'd say this is better. I'm giving this a 9. Next up is the food and water. As always, check the map. We have lots of water here. In fact, if we're gonna be living at the Temple of Crime, we got lots of water. In fact, there should be fish. Yeah, it is not flowing water, so maybe not the best for drinking, but like, where is this water coming from? When you really think about it, the water here doesn't make sense. Like, look at this. Where is this water coming from? Because I can tell you where it's going, off the side of the island. And we just have this perpetual flow. How does it not get drained instantly? How are we getting enough water? It's not coming from the rain, I can tell you that, because it doesn't rain here. It never rains. Food though, we have mushies, that grow here. There are also apples that grow here. But I do think this place has, I would assume, good farming potential. There's a lot of flat land. It's looking pretty rocky here though, so I don't know if the soil is the best for farming. And the fact it doesn't rain here might make growing crops a bit difficult. Now, there are no shops, so all the food is stuff you're gonna have to forage yourself. We also have these birds. These birds only exist on the Sky Islands. And, well, food. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10 for food. Next up, let's rank the jobs. Again, what jobs? What do we do here? How do we make money on the Great Sky Island? Now, one could argue, who needs money when you're living on the Great Sky Island? This place is all about the vibes, the views, the food, water, atmosphere. Could we work here? Does this construct need help? I don't know what he needs help with. I don't think he needs any help. Maybe I could take out the enemies so the constructs could be in more places. Maybe the constructs could employ us to protect them from the enemies. I fear this is gonna be a 1 out of 10. Next up is safety. Is Great Sky Island safe? And that, we can answer that question by looking directly behind me. We have evil constructs that'll murder you here. We also have other enemies like choo-choos that you can come across. And let's not forget, the elephant in the room is that we are really high up in the sky. If we even look at the map here, the Great Sky Island is really weird because it's quite segmented. It's not just like a full solid chunk. It's a bunch of small islands kind of connected to each other. So we have openings here. It's dangerous. Now, I don't think it's like terribly dangerous because we're pretty safe from like Ganondorf. No way Lionel's getting here. There may be a Gleeok? I don't know. There's no Gleeoks around here though. And don't forget what we learned from cartoons. If you fall into any water source, we'll be fine. Yeah, even in this game apparently. In Hyrule has different physics than Earth. So if you fall into the water, we'll be okay. I'm gonna give this a 6. Next up, community. And the community on the Great Sky Island is a bunch of robots. Do you like robots? If you hate clankers, then not the place for you. Not great for community at all, man. You're really all alone up here. I'm giving this a 2 out of 10 because maybe you can make a robot friend.
Hey there, have you heard about my robot friend?
Next up is access. Is it easy to get to the Great Sky Island and off of the Great Sky Island if you want to? And no, there's no way up and down from this place. You're just kind of stuck here. And I know some of you will argue, I will just build a machine. Oh, the hover bike. I get on and off the Great Sky Island with this. But we're also forgetting that we're not Link, we're an average human. And average humans cannot build this. We don't have access to the likes of Ultra Hand. So there's no way an average person could get up here. Let's think about this. In the entirety of Tears of the Kingdom, do we ever run into a NPC in the Sky Islands? Not counting the constructs. I know you can bring Talon and also Sidon up to the Sky Islands because of their temples are there. Part of that, you never see a Hylian here because it's impossible for a Hylian to get here. Yeah, this is getting a 1 out of 10. But they've been begging for the remakes of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and I'm just like, did you guys not play them on the Wii U? Like, they just came out not that long ago on the Wii U. But then I'm like, oh, you guys didn't buy the Wii U? Oh, what are you, stupid? The next place we'll be ranking is the Great Plateau. Starting off with housing. Now, when it comes to living on the Great Plateau here, I think the housing, there's really two options, and I'm not really sure what's the best one. Our options are the Temple of Time, or this house that the old man was at in Breath of the Wild, although it's been taken over by Yiga clan in Tears of the Kingdom. We can first evaluate the Temple of Time here. It does have a roof. Not much is left though. It is falling apart. But this place over here is kinda nice. Like, look at this. We have a roof. I don't know, we're really out in the open. There's a big hole there. Maybe not the best place to live. Although, check this out, guys. There's a secret area right here. We could potentially live up here. Look at this, kinda nice, huh? Kinda cute and cozy. But wait, there's more, because there's another secret area right here. But how do we get up here for an average human? I don't think we do. We do have a ladder here that can take us to the roof. In fact, we could maybe just move this ladder and put it over there so we can live up there, you know? But you could, oh, this is so scary, dude. Would an average human do this? Dude, this would fall apart. I'd be way too scared to go up on the roof of this place. But if you have the world's biggest balls, you could live up here. But I would not trust the structural integrity of this roof at all. And I think our other best bets for a house here is this one, which is currently overtaken by the Yiga clan, which is a problem, because how do you get in? I think what you're gonna have to do is join the Yiga clan, and then you can get in here. That might be your only option. But if you manage to take out the Yiga clan members, and is that the bed? I thought there was a nicer bed in here. Was there a nicer bed in here in Breath of the Wild? Because, yikes. We're gonna give housing a 2. Next up is weather. Take a look at the temperature gauge, and it's not bad. It's warmer than it was at the Yiga clan hideout. Take a look at the map here, and we can see it is 62 degrees, so it's not bad at all. And we do have rain, as we can see in the forecast. Large variety of weather here. This weather is basically identical to Fort Hateno. We're gonna give this a 9. Next up is food and water. Take a look at the map, and we have quite a lot of water we can go to if we're living at the Temple of Time. We have this little lake here. Not too much water access if we're living at this house. I mean, there's this big river here of the dead. That does not sound promising, but you should be able to find fish in any of these water sources. And when it comes to food, we do have a cooking pot here we can cook some food at. We have bananas here because Yiga clan, and there should be plenty of food actually on the Great Plateau, from mushrooms to boars. But I do think the Great Plateau is probably a fantastic place for farming. Like, look at this area here, very flat, very open. You can make great farm here. The biggest thing that's holding us back here is the fact there's not really like a shop we can just buy food at. We just have to scavenge the food ourselves, which is very similar to Fort Hateno, which we gave that an 8. So I think we're also going to give this an 8. Next up is jobs. Similar situation to the Great Sky Island. What do we do for a job here? I guess we join the Yiga clan. What other option do we have? If we're living here, you might as well just join the Yiga clan. We could, you know, leave for a job, but there's no towns nearby. I guess if we were to commute somewhere, we would have to work at one of the stables. We could sell food. Oh, because we're on the surface, unlike being stuck on the sky, we could open up like our own shop. This is a pretty good spot here to just open up a shop to sell goods to people. We can make a farm, sell our goods like right outside of the Great Plateau to any travelers. I'm gonna give this a 3 for jobs. Next up, safety. How safe is the Great Sky Island? Decently safe, because we are surrounded by this big wall, cliff, all around this place, but there are still enemies here, and of course, the Yiga clan. Bad thing, we could fall off of these big cliffs, but I think falling off of this place is a lot less of an issue than it is at the Great Sky Island. This is one solid, like, structure here, whereas the Great Sky Island was built of a bunch of smaller Sky Islands. Now, if we do join the Yi clan and we choose to live at this place, that looks pretty safe to me. I mean, look at the fence, the spikes. What's getting in there? It's hard for me to get in there as it is. In terms of camps, I'm pretty sure there's one, yeah, right here. There's no constructs, but there's more enemies here than the Great Sky Island. I'm gonna give this the same score as Great Sky Island. We're giving it a 6. Next up is community. What's community like? Well, oh wait. Average people can't see Korax. You're invisible to me. The Yi clan, I mean, like I said, if we're gonna live here, we might as well join the Yi clan. That's about it. In terms of shops, there are none. We gave Great Sky Island a 2 for community. Let's also give this a 2. Finally, we have access. Is it easy to come here and to go? And I'd say somewhat. If you come right here on the Great Sky Island, this is typically water, but we can drain it. Now, an average human would probably have trouble draining this spot, but if it is already drained because Link came here and did it for you, then there you go, easy access. And it leads you right on to a path. But if we're living here, we're gonna have to walk, I mean, if you're living at the Temple Time, I mean, this is an easy, nice path, not bad at all. If you choose to live here, then it's a little bit of a far walk. We're gonna rank this a 4. Remember the, I made a video where I had a fake advertisement to live at Eventide Island, and I had a voiceover of one of my ex-girlfriends did the voiceover.
Welcome to Eventide Island. Are you a bokoblin looking for a safe place to live away from the evil Link's wrath? Then look no further than Eventide Island. If Link ever tries to step foot on this island, then all of his weapons and armor will magically disappear in order to keep you safe. Then it'll be your chance to take him out and be the hero that Hyrule deserves. Eventide Island also has beautiful beaches, great views, 3 random balls that glow, and so much more. Come live in the safest place in Hyrule today. Stay now for only 999,999 rupees a month.
Wow, this place is really amazing. Huh? What's this thing?
And the next place we'll be ranking is Eventide Island. First off, the housing. Housing. I think if we're looking around here, this is our housing right here. The only other housing there is could be like, I don't know, a bokoblin camp. Maybe, I don't know, you can defeat the bokoblins. Good luck with that. Maybe just hope Link defeats them for you. Oh wait, Blood Moon happens, they respawn, you suddenly have bokoblins in your house. And if we take a look inside, it's cozy. I do like camping. I do own a tent myself. I guess we're sleeping probably up here. We'll have a little sleeping bag. Maybe his little, like, yeah, he has it rolled up potentially here. And this tent doesn't have a floor on it, so it does start to rain. It's not gonna be good. See, the issue with this tent is, let's say it starts to rain, right? The rainwater is gonna come out, fall down this hill, go right underneath there in that opening, and your whole floor is gonna be wet. Thankfully, we do have this elevated platform. That's probably why he has it here, so he can put all his stuff here without the fear of it getting wet. And this is probably also where he sleeps. We do have a cooking pot for making food, and that's the housing. You say the pirate ship. We could live, yes, we do have a cave here that has a pirate ship, but we can't live there because the bokoblins. You know, we gave the Great Sky Island a 1 out of 10 for housing, because I feel like living in the Temple of Time on the Great Sky Island is probably better than a tent. So we're gonna give Eventide housing a 1 out of 10. Next up is weather. Dude, I think the weather is peak here. We're gonna take a look at the temperature gauge, and it's pretty warm. If we want a more accurate look, we can take a... 92 degrees? I was gonna say this place is peak weather, but that is too hot. We are on the ocean. I'm sure we have a great like ocean breeze coming in. Nice and cool and refreshing. Now it's 84. As it gets darker, it does get colder. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. Next up, food and water. And, of course, let's take a look at the map. We are surrounded by water. It is ocean water, so not the best for drinking, but we do have some water sources here, looks like, on the island. Check those out. This... yeah, that's not good. This looks like it's probably just like ocean water that's kind of flooded over the beach and is here, so that's probably salty. And this, it says water on the map, but that's not water. Food, on the other hand, well, obviously, fishing is going to be huge. We also have something I forgot about when I talked about Lurelin Village in my last video, the palm fruits on the palm trees. So that's good for food. Also, we have mushrooms, crabs to eat, bananas. Oh, how did this guy get onto Eventide Island? Did you grow up here? Wait, goats? Milk? Goat milk? And I mean, this is a decent spot here, I think. We could maybe make a farm. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 for food and water. Next up, we are ranking the job situation on Eventide Island. I think, guys, the pirate's life is for me, because that might be our only job. All right, but for real, the pirates are bokoblins, so I don't think we can join them. So then I think our really only job is fishing. We are near enough to Lurelin where we could use one of the boats to go out fishing and then sell our fish over at Lurelin. Flight minigame scientist? Oh wait, there's something here. I'm a scholar, presently engaged in research on the mechanics of flight. You know, I could use a test research assistant. So you're hiring. Is this a minigame? Do I get like paid for this? Because if so, that's a job. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 for jobs. Next up, safety. This one is interesting because I feel like it's pretty safe because we're on an island, but this island is also infested with monsters. We have, 1 camp, 2 camp, 3 camp, and there's the pirates here. Like, we gave Lurelin a pretty low score for safety because of these pirates right there. I also feel like we should have given this place a very high ranking because of those pirates right there. Oh, and another thing for safety, look at that. There's a depth hole here, a depthussy, and there is gloom spreading out of it as we speak. That cannot be healthy. We saw the effects of glooms on Hylians. It wouldn't be good for us either. And unfortunately, our tent is right next to it. So I'm giving this a 2. Next up, we have community. And like a lot of the places we're ranking today, there's not much of community. Our community is this guy here, and those people up here that we talked to earlier. So I guess it's not too lonely. I almost would say this is kind of an extension of Lurelin a tiny bit, because I imagine we visit Lurelin pretty often, but does that really count? I'm gonna give this a 4 for community. And finally, we have access. How easy is it to come and go from Eventide Island? And well, you gotta use a boat, which isn't terrible. You know, it's not like being stuck in the sky on a sky island, but it's not as good as being like, you know, just being able to walk. Luckily, we do have boat access, already pre-built boats right here, although this might be this guy's, so if he might take it before I can use it. The oceans are also a bit scary. It's not a super big boat ride to get over to Lurelin, and also the ocean in Hyrule never really has any big waves, so it shouldn't be too hard. There are like Lizalfos that'll get in your way though in the water. Maybe you might run into pirates in the water as well. Oh boy. I think we're gonna give this a 3 out of 10. Well, it is once again time for the moment you've all been waiting for. After another 4 hours of recording and tons of hours editing, here are the results. Because there are 7 categories this time, that means the max score a location can get is 70 points. Coming in at 6th place, aka last, is the Great Sky Island with 26 points. Coming in at 5th is Eventide with 28 points. Coming in at 4th is the Yiga clan Hideout with 31 points. Coming in at 3rd is the Great Plateau with 34 points. And finally, only 2 locations remain with, once again, only 1 point separating them. Coming in at 2nd is Fort Hateno with 37 points, meaning our winner for the best non-town location to live in is Kara Bazaar with 38 points. Do you agree with my rankings? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, feel free to check out my other videos. My name is Mr. Nice Guy, and I will talk to you later. Shoutouts to Regina, Ashton, Allison, Shanks Pirate, Sandra, Afro Anime, Random Zelda Guy, Mingle, Samuel, Joseph, Crystal, Tiff, Charlie, Jamie, Quinn, Ethan, Raymond, Finn, Darth Noodle, Flub, Brooke, and Lauren for supporting me on Patreon or being a member on my channel.